What's up, gamers with the Y? Happy holidays to all of you guys. Hopefully you're doing good. Today, everyone, I'm here with my mom! And today, everyone, I thought for the holidays, we could make some holiday food. So today, everyone, we're gonna be making cherry tiramisu, which I'm excited about. My mom is the one who taught me how to cook and bake, and she's great at it. So thanks, Mom. I also asked you guys to ask my mom some questions because you never see her and I never see her, so I thought it'd be fun to do. So let's start, shall we? Step one, we need to make the cranberry sauce. We have cranberry sauce, right? Do we just use that?
You can do whatever.
I don't know. And all we're doing is, let me ask you a question, Mother. Mama Phantom, what was Danny's dream career as a child?
To be the conqueror of the world. He always wanted to be the emperor of the universe.
I got problems. They come from her. Besides conquer the universe, like what else did I want to be as a kid?
President of the United States.
That's always been true. On the same vein of what I wanted to be when I was younger, what was I like when I was a child?
Very intense, very thoughtful, meaning not that you were thoughtful of other people, I mean, you might be, but you were very full of thoughts. You were always thinking, deep thinking about everything, probably a little too much.
Okay, I'll take it.
You always thought outside the box. You never solved any problems, issues by what normal average person would consider reasonable. You always came up with ideas that at first it seemed weird or that didn't make any sense, but if you really delved into it, probably like the smartest choice.
My mom called me unreasonable and crazy. That's what she just said. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember a lot of what my childhood was like. Part of the fact that I was traumatized, and second off, I just, like, my ADHD doesn't allow me to. A lot of my recollection comes from stories my mom tells me.
One thing I will say, you never wore regular clothes. You always had superhero outfits.
Superhero outfits and suits, that's all I wore.
And suits. And people used to say, how do you get him to wear a suit? I'm like, I can't get him out of it.
I don't know why, something was just wrong with me. When did I start wearing stuff like that? That's so weird.
Although you started wearing things like that, like
This is
8 months.
sweetener, not sugar.
No, that's sugar. That's baking sugar. You were like less than a year old.
I couldn't dress myself then.
No, you would grab, like you would be in a store and you would grab a suit and you wouldn't let go and then you'd be forced to buy it.
I was a bougie baby apparently. Here's another question. How did you feel when you knew you were gonna have a boy? Or when I was gonna be born?
Okay, here's the truth. I felt scared. I don't know anything about boys. I know about girls. I know what to do with girls. I know what to expect from girls. Boys, I had no idea.
You didn't think you could have kids for a while, but then you realized that I was gonna be born, right?
Yep.
Quick story time. My brother's adopted, and the reason why is because my parents thought that they weren't or couldn't get pregnant. So like, we'll just adopt a kid. And during the process of adoption, my brother, who's adopted, they had me. So, fun fact for the day.
Well, we actually always wanted to have one natural and adopt one. Our original thought was we had a boy, we'll adopt a girl.
I didn't know
If
this.
we had a girl, then we'll adopt a boy. That was the original thought. But then we were having such a difficult time with being pregnant. By the time we were ready to accept the baby, we didn't really care because we don't get to choose the sex of the baby when we have a child. So why should we choose the sex of the baby when we adopt? Boy or girl, whatever sex of the child comes up next, we'll take. Turns out to be Danny's younger brother.
And it's weird growing up with my brother because we're honestly not very close.
Well, it was because of a lot of the sibling dynamics.
It's also just because we're so close in age.
Yep.
Is part of the problem. Because my brother's only 7 months younger than me.
But we'll talk about that with a therapist.
I feel like we have.
But here's the thing about siblings. Your relationship with your sibling is a lifetime. The relationship in itself is a story in itself. The relationship will grow and evolve and develop. So you can't make a statement, snap judgment statement about what your relationship with your siblings are. Because what it is today will not be what it is next week, a month from now, or 10 years from now.
It's like the saying, you won't find the same person even in the same person, right?
Exactly. Every day you live, you evolve and you develop. And then two people together in probably as close as you'll ever be are your siblings. Your parents, your friends, you know, they'll all go away one way or another, but your brothers, your sisters, your siblings,
Mhm.
those are the ones who's going to stay with you probably the longest of anyone in your life.
Another question, was Danny an angel or a troublemaker as a child?
Well, that's a very complicated question.
It is? Oh my God.
Because I can tell you this, when he was born, right around the time of his birth, he was the most cooperative infant you could have ever wanted. And then it all broke loose once you hit 2 weeks old. And then you stopped sleeping and you never went back to sleep.
Still continues to this day, no
That's what
sleep.
I'm saying, no sleep.
Growing up, was I okay as a kid? Because we had a rocky relationship for a very long time.
I want to say you really were an ideal child until you were about 5. And then something snapped.
Something just happened.
Not really.
Something inside of me.
Something literally
I didn't care anymore.
And then when you were 8, you took another step towards the darkness.
Excuse me. The darkness? What are you talking about? I just wanted freedom.
When you were 8, you definitely should have.
I was a free thinker. But like, what was that like? Trying to deal and raise me.
The most difficult part of all of that is the fact that you are too smart. If you were one of those children with average intelligence, it probably would have been much easier.
She just called kids stupid.
No, it's that you are very, very super intelligent, and raising an intelligent child is probably the most difficult thing a parent can do. Because I didn't want to let you down. I didn't want any potential
to go wasted.
Well, I did not want to be responsible for you not becoming something you could have been. Because I've seen that happen too many times to other kids, where parents were not cognizant of the value the child had or the potential the child had, and not only end up not supporting that child, but holding them back.
Like what I talk about our relationship growing up is that you loved me too much, and that it was smothering.
I am an Asian, and Asian moms, I wasn't an American born, so I have the value of my original motherland, and it's very different than especially today's standard of American idea of parenthood. And put that on top of my anxieties with losing so many babies, put that on top of seeing how intelligent my child was and not wanting to be the reason why he couldn't be the best that he could be, and him being so smart and being so independent created a lot of difficulties. It's a complicated thing.
It is, because the issue was you didn't just hold me to a high standard, you held yourself to a high standard. And you saw my failures as your own failures. Because you're like, oh, I'm not doing enough.
No, okay, you are completely you have misunderstood. You are not a failure.
No, I'm not saying I'm a failure, but you saw like when I messed up as not only my mistake, but yours.
What I saw was that I should have done things differently. And if I would have approached it differently, you would have gone down that road, was what I was thinking. Like any kind of sport, if a coach would have coached the player appropriately, the mistake would not have happened. Kind of like that.
And that makes sense. You felt responsible for my decisions and the outcomes because you're like, I should have done better. And that was a lot of contention from our relationship growing up, is that I didn't feel like I was my own person.
You did not have your own agency. Yeah.
That's where a lot of contention came up. I'm glad we can recognize that now and we can talk about it.
No, I think we've always agreed on that.
See, we have a healthy relationship now. Come here, Mom. Let me hug you. I love you.
I love you too. I think we've always agreed on that.
Yes.
I just said you're not ready for your own agency.
She's like, you can have your agency once you deserve to have it. Once you show that you can have your own agency. That's actually a big issue I've had like growing up, and like I've talked to my therapist about and stuff, is that like I often don't trust my own judgment because it's been instilled in me that when given my own given my own agency that I fail.
Well, I have no answer for that because I really feel like I gave you choices that was appropriate for your developmental age.
It's not just that, it's the fact, we're not talking about this right now. But I'm glad we could talk about this now, as adults.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Okay. I don't have a...
I'm mixing the microphone. Oh, have you seen, someone sent this. Have you seen this picture of me? What is your mom's thoughts on this?
Oh, I saw that a long time ago.
Yeah, it's the video of me as Yor. My mom sees all my videos.
Well, if it brings you joy, go right ahead.
There you go. See? Ally. Come on. What were Danny's biggest hyperfixations as a kid?
Superheroes. But actually, when he gained consciousness around 5, he didn't go for superheroes. He went for super villains. He said, superheroes are boring. Super villains, they have cooler weapons.
I stand by it. I stand by what I said. Cool. Wow, technology. How did your mom react to you becoming famous on the internet? Well, fun fact, my mom actually almost made me delete my TikTok when I was first getting off the ground. You remember that? We had a big argument about that. I'm here in the kitchen actually, and I almost deleted my TikTok as soon as I hit 50K, because my mom was like, you are doing, like, this is not good. You need to stop. So my mom was not happy in the beginning, but she sees how happy I am now, and she's okay with it.
I'm okay with anything as long as you are happy.
See? I love my mom. What's your favorite memory you have with your son?
He was the chunkiest, juiciest baby. And whenever he'd be upset, all he did was for me to hold him, and I would hold him like this, and his butt would sit right here, and his head would be right here, and he would be cuddling me. And as soon as I held him, he was okay.
That's your favorite memory of me? Not when I was a child and had no conscience?
I was omnipotent.
I was a god to you.
Oh, I have another one.
Oh, go, please.
Butterfly kisses. Because you had the longest eyelashes.
I still have the longest eyelashes, excuse you.
I haven't looked at them that close in years, so.
I'm sorry, okay. I've been gone.
Well, also, it would be kind of weird if I was that close to your face at this age.
Don't run from me. What was it like when you came out to your mom? Do you remember that? I remember that day.
I was the one, when you were a freshman, I said, I am okay. Whatever sexual orientation you are.
Yeah, but I didn't know I was queer yet. I remember sophomore year we were in the car and I said, I think I might be queer. And you're just like, you know, life's harder for queer people. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And she's just like, okay.
But I told you it was okay.
Yes, no, I've always said I've been a very accepting.
You said I was intolerant.
When have I said that? I never.
You said I was intolerant.
I literally, if you find a place where I said my mom did not like me being queer, I don't know. Most chaotic childhood moment? What's the most chaotic moment from my childhood, Mom?
I have a funny one.
Oh God, okay, go.
You were about 4 or 5, and we were at this particular place where they have Christmas lights. And we were with like 5 other families, and total about 8 kids. And it was super freezing, super cold, so everybody was pretty miserable, but lights were pretty, and there was hot chocolate and cookies and pony rides and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. And as we were walking, these boys started playing around me, and I was just playing along, and then you came out of nowhere, thought that these boys were attacking me, and within 2 seconds, 5 boys were on the ground, and you had to stand like this, protecting me, which I thought was hilarious.
Jesus Christ. I don't even remember this.
All the boys were like, what happened? What happened?
No one messes with my mom. Rah! What is your mom's favorite aspect about you?
That you are a thoughtful individual. Not thoughtful of me, but full of thoughts. Very insightful, deep thinking.
I think I'm thoughtful.
Oh, you are.
Oh, but like about other people too.
Okay.
What do you mean?
No, I'm kidding.
I know.
What I mean is that you are a deep thinking person.
I think too much.
How long have you known each other?
21 years. How long have I known my mother? What do you mean?
Do you celebrate Christmas? And if you do we have any fun Christmas traditions?
Well, we do, because I grew up going to synagogue with my dad, and my brother went with us, but he eventually I was about to say transferred to Christianity.
He got
He
baptized.
got converted. He converted, yes.
got
He transferred colleges, you know, went from Judaism to Christianity school. So we celebrate both because my mom is Christian, my dad is Jewish, so we do both. We do Hanukkah and Christmas. But do we have any like traditions? Like we have the peppermint ice cream one.
Yes, he was a performer growing up.
Yes,
And so he would always have, performance first 2.5 weeks of December. And we would pick one day that he could afford to stay out late. And then we'd go to this place and we would have peppermint ice cream.
Yeah.
So that's one.
And we're going there tonight, which I'm excited about.
Yes,
I love that
we are.
peppermint ice cream. The food is so good. I really want the calamari. I'm so excited. I cannot tell you.
And then the other one is I get you and your brother your own ornament each year.
Mm-hmm.
And he always gets what he loves, which are cars.
My brother loves cars.
Like his life is about cars. Like he breathes and lives in cars. And you, super villain.
Star Wars.
Super villain. So you have all kinds of
like Darth Vader,
Darth
Vader, Godzilla, stuff like that. Every year, without fail. I have so many Darth Vader ornaments, it's crazy.
And the other thing, they had me convinced that they still believe in Santa until they were in 6th grade. And every year after 3rd grade, I said, do you believe in Santa? Are you sure about that? And then when they're 6th grade, accidentally spilled your gun that you knew.
We would have kept going. My brother and I, we had it together. We had that on lock. We were just like, no, we gotta tell. Like this year, no, we can't tell her. This question is for your mama. Please explain why your son looks white. It's my dad's fault. I'm half white, okay? I'm Asian. Why'd you marry a white man?
Why did I marry your dad?
Oh, I know why you married my dad. Because he's the smartest person I know.
Who can't do 6th grade homework?
What do you mean? He's one of the greatest doctors there is.
Who can't do 6th grade homework?
He doesn't need to. My dad's upstairs taking a nap right now. He's tired. What are both y'all's favorite songs? Well, my mom's favorite song is Take On Me by Aha.
So true.
I know.
So true.
Talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. I'm
Such a cheesy
It's so
song.
good though. How did Danny handle school growing up? Badly. Very badly.
I had his IQ tested 7 times. Because every time I tested his IQ, he was way up here. That his grades were way down here. And I didn't know
Our education system.
who the problem was.
It's our education system! Eventually I got her to lower her standards because I was a failure, but that's a different
You were
thing.
not a failure. Why do you keep saying that?
Miss M, my orchestra teacher, love her to death. I did not like her when she came in because it was change and I don't like change. And she came in my junior year of high school in orchestra. And I was on a medication at the time, guanfacine, that is an ADHD medication, but at its base is actually meant for blood pressure. So I had orchestra every day after lunch. So I would eat food, right? And after I eat food, because of the medication, my blood pressure would spike and I'd crash. So,
Your blood pressure was
my blood pressure would not crash, I would just fall asleep. So every day in orchestra for almost all of junior year, I would literally fall asleep in the middle of class. Just to let you guys know, I was first chair viola. I'm sitting in the very front trying to lead my section, I'm asleep. And Miss M was so mad with me, but she couldn't move me away from first chair. I felt so bad, I really did.
you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You didn't.
Later on, I felt bad. I like Miss M now, she's cool.
Is your mother the origin of your mother issues?
Yes. Yes, they are. What else would they be from? We had a rough time when I was growing up. And that's just because, I really wanted my own autonomy and you didn't think I deserved it. Part of it was also school, though, because, school,
I do think the external environment was really not conducive for your productivity.
You know I had my first existential crisis when I was, 12?
No, you actually had it when you were 5 or 6.
I didn't know this. Apparently I did.
Yeah, you read a book I told you not to read.
Oh, the ghost book! Yes! I read a ghost book in 4th grade and I could not sleep.
No, it was not in 4th grade. You were 6 years old.
Oh my god, I forgot. I blocked that out of my mind. I remember
I
that.
asked you not to read that.
I tackled mortality and life and death when I was in 4th grade. Because I read this book about ghosts, spirits and this and that. They died this way, and here's some history on ghosts. I'm like, ghosts are when people die. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. And I spiraled from there. It's all been downhill since 4th grade. No, you're right. It wasn't 4th grade because 4th grade I had Miss Ferris.
You were really young.
Yes, it was 2nd grade because I transferred out of Mrs. Gordon's class into her class. Holy shit, my mother was right about something. She's right about everything. I'm sorry. I love you. Tackling mortality in 2nd grade.
So inappropriate. And I asked you not to read it. I even took the book away from your desk several times. And I tried to hide it in the library.
You can't. You listen, I get my grit from you. If I want something, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, even if it's bad for you.
You taught me that. Does your mom ever think you're a disappointment? I don't think so, right?
Oh.
There you go. See, I don't think she's proud of me.
Of course I'm proud of you.
I didn't know that. I'm stupid, okay?
You really are.
What is Danny's most memorable birthday experience?
Well, it's not my birthday, but it's the birthday I almost got my eye poked out with a stick.
Oh my God.
What? You okay?
I'm having PTSD.
So we were at a friend's house and there was a couple of us and we decided we were going to throw sticks over a fence to play. That was the game. We were just gonna throw sticks over a fence. And there were people on either side, so we'd catch the sticks and throw them back. I was like, how old was I?
You were like maybe 9?
I was young, and we just throw sticks over this fence. But then this one kid, he was a problem child. He was invited, and rather than throwing a stick over a fence, he stuck the stick through the fence.
Yeah.
And I was standing right there, and it hit me right underneath my eyeball.
Well, we had to call a friend who's an eye surgeon.
Yeah.
And she said we have 2 options. If Danny can tolerate it, doing it in the office, that would be the easiest way to go. But otherwise, he would have to be under anesthesia for her to get it repaired.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, if it's easier for me and easier for everyone, which you are being thoughtful, I will tolerate it. And basically, you asked me to hold onto your hand while you were getting the procedure done. So I was above you, your head was here, and I had your arms, your hands, and you just squeezed my hands, and then it was done pretty quickly. But again, it was one of those things that told me that you were capable of great things.
Back alley surgeon, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Almost got my eye poked out. It's pretty funny. I just remember sitting on the table like, you're being so brave. Like, Mom, could I ask you something? And you're like, yes. I'm like, because I'm so brave, for my birthday, could we try and go to Great Wolf Lodge?
Yeah, you got me to go.
Yes. Because I'm like,
Hey, Great Wolf Lodge. Hate that place.
I love Great Wolf Lodge. I love Great Wolf Lodge. That's awesome. It's my favorite.
Can I show everyone the miracle pear?
What's the miracle pear?
We have a pear tree.
What?
Yes, we have a pear tree. And this year, fruit gave us 0 fruit.
When did we get a pear tree?
We've had it ever since we moved in here.
What? I've never seen a pear in our backyard.
Yes. And
We have like 3 apple trees in our backyard, and they always make so many apples, and it's awesome. I did not know we had a pear tree.
And plum tree.
Well, I know we have a plum tree, but I didn't know we had a pear tree. That's actually correct.
This year, it only made 1 fruit, and this is it.
The miracle.
Ta-da! Miracle pear!
What's your mom's favorite cosplay of yours? You like my suits, right? You like my green suit?
Yeah, I like the little.
She likes. You know the character?
You told me you bought it.
She likes my Lloyd! Oh, another question people were asking a lot is, how do you feel about my friends? Here's the thing, you haven't met most of my friends that I have now.
No, I don't know most of your friends.
No, it's because like obviously it's like, you know, like they never visit here because they can't. And like my mom doesn't ever talk to them because, you know, she can't. But you know about some of them. You know about Offbeat, Pete, Arnie, Nick.
Yep, you talked about them, but I don't know them. Nothing about them.
I gas my friends up to my mom.
But I trust in Danny's judgment on his friends.
Wow. And now we cover with plastic wrap and let it sit for at least 3 hours. So rather than sit here and wait for 3 hours, we're gonna go to dinner.
And we'll be back. And once we get back, we'll finish this and see how it tastes. God, I hope it's good. I'm gonna put this in the fridge and we'll be back.
All right, it's 2 days later and we're back. And we have our tiramisu. I was up till 6 a.m. last night hanging out with Jake. I'm so tired. Yeah. It's a little lemony. Like too lemony, you know?
I like it because it's not too sweet.
Also, the biscotti isn't as good as the ladyfinger.
Right. But I actually like the biscotti because it has a little more structure.
I don't like crunch though.
I think
The flavor is decent. I like it a lot. I wish I had ladyfingers instead of biscotti.
I think this is pretty good. And I really like the marzipan.
The marzipan is good. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're watching. Mom, do you have any last words to say to the people at home?
Happy holidays!
Happy holidays.
And be good to your family.
Be good to your family, be good to your friends, be good to yourself. I'll see you later, guys. Peace.